Brood 10,000 by Teal Livingston. Meanwhile, Jacob charged his mare along the asphalt with the clippity-clop sound of a regular day, other, of course, than the strange hum he'd remembered from youth as the cicadas beginning their pilgrimage above ground. To enjoy God's light, his father said. The man, dressed in a fine wool coat, was in a hurry, paying little mind to several cars passing dangerously close from around the back of his carriage and speeding awfully quick down the road. The world's people rushing to work or some otherwise pressing engagement, he thought. It was Wednesday, and the grizzled old man had an appointment to keep. The weather was cool, and Jenny, his mare, was making good time. Shielding increasingly painful glaucoma eyes from the burgeoning sun, Mr. Yoder, as he was called by friends and family, imagined the hot mug of coffee and buttery warm biscuits with fresh apricot preserves that awaited his arrival not more than a mile away. A smile crept over his withered face. He could almost smell the aroma, almost taste those joy-filled mouthfuls of flaky dough, before being jolted backwards into his seat as Jenny shook her head violently to and fro against halter and bit in a fit of madness. Mr. Yoder, reacting quickly for a man his age, yanked the reins. It made little difference. Jacob's always gentle mare was now hysterically bucking against her bridle and galloping off the roadway. The old man could do little but clutch desperately to the black frame of the small carriage as his horse charged through a freshly painted white picket fence, installed 1 week ago, to collapse in a convulsing mound upon a manicured front lawn, Jenny's head and neck completely covered with hundreds of blood-sucking insects. Gabe watched the entire scene from his kitchen window while chomping down upon a heaping spoonful of his favorite Cheerios cereal from over a porcelain farm sink. The sun, just up from over the horizon, had lit the stage for the errant horse. Pulling hard and to the left, careening across 2 lanes and crashing through his most recent creation. The startled newlywed dropped his cereal bowl into the sink, watching in disbelief the massive horse collapsing violently to the ground and taking with it the attached buggy and driver. What looked like bees, or maybe hornets, swarmed upon the befuddled pair. Gabe's stomach turned as he watched blood spray from the horse's neck. He dropped his cereal spoon onto the linoleum floor as Mary, his wife, sidled up next to him with her mouth agog. The couple watched with trepidation an old man crawl uneasily out from beneath the carriage.
"Don't you dare go out there!"
Mary demanded, and tugged desperately, with both hands, upon Gabe's massive arm as he moved with her towards the screen kitchen door.
"The man's hurt, Mary. I just can't leave him there."
"Please, Gabe, please,"
she pleaded.
"Those things. This is no good. What the hell are they? It's dangerous."
The young man looked to his wife as he opened the door. Her eyes were wide and she'd gone pale. In fact, he was also afraid. Could taste the acrid, battery volt sensation in the back of his throat. His knees went wobbly. Outside, Jacob felt the first bite break through the skin. He swatted at the insect as he crawled towards the house, crushing it against his neck in a smattering of blood upon his palm. Mr. Yoder looked upon his open hand in disbelief as 2, then 10, then hundreds rushed over him. The sound was excruciating, nauseating. Jacob fiercely shook his head, much like Jenny moments ago. He desperately brushed away as many of the bugs from his long beard as possible with one hand, while swatting away others with the wide brim of his hat. Inside, Gabe wrestled his arm away from Mary's grasp and looked out in horror to find the man and the dead horse now fully engulfed.